Last room of the Elite Season 3 episode 8. And wow, what a great episode this was. I mean, this episode was even better than I thought it was going to be. You can feel the air being tense throughout the whole episode from beginning to end because it ended very, very well and it started very, very well. Throughout the whole episode, you can see there being drama, there being a lot of angry moments, emotional moments. There are all sort of things happening in this episode. I think this is one of those episodes out of the 3 seasons that definitely has the most emotions. Normally you just see Ayanokouji being really cold, not doing anything. Not necessarily that is bad because that is just his character. But in this episode it was actually all the opposite. You see Ichinose, you see Yamauchi, you see Horikita, you see all these sort of characters showing all types of emotion from all the spectrum. From being happy, worried, angry. It was actually pretty refreshing to see because again, normally you get to see episodes where you have Ayanokouji being all cold and things like that, which is not bad, but to have these episodes from time to time is a little bit refreshing. So yeah, I must say I enjoyed that very much. So let's see if the next episode will be like that or not. The most shocking thing to me about this episode was the fact that not only was Ayanokouji not in danger of being expelled, he was actually the least in danger of being expelled because he actually got the first place in both. So yeah, it was actually all the opposite. He was not actually the closest to being expelled. He was actually the first or the safest of not being expelled. So in that aspect, that was the most surprising, I guess you can say, thing to me because I don't know if it was surprising for all of you watching the episode, but to have that happen suddenly in the middle of the episode, to have that reveal in the middle of the episode, it is pretty, I guess you can say, interesting because I was expecting, you know, maybe Ayanokouji to come second to last, third to last, but that was not the case. And I actually thought that when they were revealing the names of the first 3 places, that Horikita was going to be the first place because they say Kushida, they say Hirata, and then I said, well, logically the next person would be Horikita, but man, was I wrong because it was actually Ayanokouji. So I think Ayanokouji got first place because of the votes, or I should say the vote of Ichinose. I don't know if the vote of Ichinose counts for a lot of votes. I don't know if it works like that, but I think Class B had something to do with it. Maybe a combination of people in Class C, his class, and Class B voting for Ayanokouji got in first place. But I think it is because of Ichinose's vote that maybe he got first place, or maybe he did something weird, but I don't know what is going on there. And we also got to see the other side of the spectrum, what was happening in the other classes, because we didn't know what was going to happen with Class D, if Ryuen was going to get expelled or not. We didn't know what was going to happen with Class B, if Ichinose was going to end up, you know, offering herself as a girlfriend to Nagumo in order to save everyone in her class. But as we saw in this episode, that was actually not the case. I actually had a big, you know, doubt on that. I actually was doubting myself if that was going to happen or not. Some part of me thought that it was actually going to happen, but then another part of me thought that it was not actually going to happen because Ayanokouji was going to do something. And to be honest, even though I had doubts that maybe it was going to happen, the biggest part of me thought that it was not actually going to happen because Ayanokouji knew about it, and of course if he knew about it, he was probably going to do something. The same with Ryuen. I actually thought that he was not going to get expelled, mainly for the same reason that Ichinose didn't get expelled, and that being that Ayanokouji knew about it and he was probably going to do something about him not getting expelled. It is actually pretty weird and nice seeing that other people are aware of Ayanokouji's powers, if you can even call him like that, because Ibuki and the other guy go to Ayanokouji in order to ask for his help, knowing that he has some sort of, you know, maneuver abilities. And you know, Ayanokouji basically constructed all of this. He saved Class D and Class B by confronting their problems and mixing them and solving them. Another shocking thing that I didn't expect to learn in this episode was that of Horikita actually knowing that Yamauchi, you know, was planning to get Ayanokouji expelled all this time. I thought she didn't know that. I thought she was going to give her speech, not knowing what was happening behind the scenes. You know, that Yamauchi was planning to get Ayanokouji expelled alongside with Kushida and Ike, but she actually knew that. And not only did she knew that, but she also knew that Yamauchi was working with Sakayanagi. So I don't know if she did the whole speech because she wanted to save Ayanokouji or because she actually thought it was the right thing to do. If I were to guess, I would think that it is because she thought it is the correct thing to do, not necessarily because she wanted to save Ayanokouji, although maybe there is a little part of her that did want to save him, so I guess I could see that also being somewhat part of the explanation. But yeah, again, the main reason was because she simply wanted wanted to get Yamauchi expelled. And I gotta say, even though Koenji is very rude, is very, not a nice character, in this episode he was actually acting very cool. He was actually being really, very straightforward, very in the side of the people that he should be in the side of. He was not being rude or anything like that. I know he will probably go back to being the typical Koenji going forward, but at least in this episode he was actually pretty cool, if I do say so myself. I don't know if in the next episode people are going to ask Ayanokouji how he do that, how did he get first place. Horikita will definitely ask, but I don't know if the other people in the class will ask him, because yeah, it was not only surprising to all of us the watcher, but also the classroom, because we can see the reaction that they didn't expect Ayanokouji to get first place. And remember, the first place actually gets a prize, and that is that he doesn't get to get expelled, or he cannot get expelled. So I don't know how that will work with the whole Sakayanagi and Ayanokouji going forward, because what is the point in doing that if Sakayanagi cannot get Ayanokouji expelled? I don't think she will not learn that he cannot get expelled. I think she will actually learn sometime or another. I don't think she will be oblivious to that. She will definitely learn that he got first place. Maybe she will make Ayanokouji not use his life. But yeah, that was pretty much everything that happened in the episode. A pretty hype and great episode. And if you don't want to miss any episode reviews, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, that will be everything by me. And I guess I'll see you all in the next episode review.